Game week 4 is in the books, and while my team put up a solid score, my captaincy decision completely ruined what would have been a massive week. I'll break down all the highs and lows and the lessons learned. Let's get into it. Starting off in goal, I had Raya, and he managed to reward me straight away with a clean sheet, which gave him 6 points. I'm very happy with that result because it feels like the decision to bring him in immediately paid off. For the first 3 weeks of the season, I stuck with Cells, who only managed to give me 6 points total across that time frame. To now see Raya return the same amount in just a single week really assures me that I made the right switch. He didn't have to make any saves in this one because Arsenal defenders kept things under control and snuffed out most of the danger. But that also meant he missed out on bonus points. But still, clean sheets are the foundation of any goalkeeper in FPL, and he gave me exactly that. Moving into the defense, Julian Timber was excellent. He came away with a clean sheet as well as 2 bonus points, giving him 8 points overall. He looked really solid alongside Raya, and his composure at the back was a big part of why Arsenal didn't allow much goals to pass. That 2 bonus points was very welcome and gave me that little extra edge. The only concern looking forward is Arsenal's fixture run. They're about to face City and Newcastle, which are 2 very tough matches. I'm not entirely sure how reliable clean sheets will be during that stretch, but for this game week, Timber's performance was top class and I cannot complain. The Crystal Palace double up in the defense also worked out really nicely. Both Guehi and Nakai came away with clean sheets, giving me 6 points each. I brought them in on my wildcard, and this was exactly the kind of payoff I was hoping for. There weren't any bonus or defensive contribution points added to their totals, but the clean sheets alone made them very valuable this week. Palace have looked so organized and difficult to break down so far this season, and it makes me hopeful that this defensive run can continue. Having 2 of their defenders means I'll be banking heavily on them, and for now, it looks like a great strategy. If you're enjoying this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel out, and if you want to see how I'm setting up for Game Week 5, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss that video. Unfortunately, not everyone in my backline delivered. Semenyo was the one big disappointment. Bournemouth couldn't keep the clean sheet, and what makes matters worse is that he also picked up a yellow card. That knocked his score down, and even though he earned 2 defensive contribution points, he only ended on 3 points total. It feels underwhelming compared to the rest of my defense. I was really hoping for better, and it leaves me a little frustrated because the rest of my defenders all delivered, and Semenyo's haul just didn't match up. Now shifting into the midfield, I'll start with Salah. Liverpool really underwhelmed this week. Full credit goes to Burnley for frustrating them and keeping things tight for so long. Liverpool only scraped through thanks to a late penalty, and that win felt much less convincing than what you'd expect from the defending champions. For Salah though, he still came away with 8 points thanks to that goal from the penalty spot, and an extra point for the clean sheet and 1 bonus point. Given how poor Liverpool looked, I'll take it. It wasn't the explosive return I was hoping for, but it was solid. Enzo, on the other hand, was disappointing. He didn't get a goal or an assist, but he did pick up those 2 defensive contribution points, so he ended on 4 points. Still, it's nothing to get excited about. What makes it sting even more is that I had considered going for Caicedo instead, and he actually scored this week while also picking up DEFCON points. To add to the frustration, I had chosen Enzo thinking he'd be on penalties while Cole Palmer was out, but Palmer came back earlier than expected. He then came off the bench and scored. That decision to back Enzo over Caicedo and Palmer didn't work out at all, and it leaves me second guessing that call. Semenyo though was the star of my midfield and really the star of my whole team this week. He put up a fantastic performance, coming away with 13 points. He got a goal from the penalty spot, added an assist, and then picked up 3 bonus points on top of that. What makes this even more interesting is that he took the penalty even though Evan Nielsen was on the pitch, which could mean that Semenyo is on penalty duties going forward. That would massively increase his appeal. His contributions made all the difference this week and really lifted my overall score. Up front, things were a little mixed. Starting with Ekitike, this was the major disappointment of the week. I've wanted him in my team since Game Week 1, and on my wildcard, I made it a priority to get him in. That decision came at a cost. I sacrificed the ability to get Haaland so I could fit Ekitike in, and I even went all in by captaining him. That backfired badly. He blanked, giving me just 2 points, and as captain, that doubled to 4. Meanwhile, Haaland, who I passed on, went on to score a brace. It feels like the worst possible scenario. Any other captain choice in my squad would have been so much better. This just highlights how crucial captaincy decisions are in FPL, and this week I got it completely wrong. Gyökeres at least gave me something to smile about. He scored a goal, which gave him 6 points overall. That said, there's a clear difference between when a midfielder scores compared to a forward. Midfielders benefit from the extra clean sheet point and sometimes sneak in bonus points, while forwards are more limited. Gyökeres also came off around the 67th minute, and that's a slight concern going forward. Arsenal have so much attacking depth, and it could mean he's rotated more often. It's something I have to watch closely. Finally, Joao Pedro continued his strong form for me. He has been such a consistent presence in my squad since the start of the season. Once again, he delivered with an assist, and he also picked up 2 bonus points, which gave him a total of 7 points this week. He's proving to be one of my most reliable picks, always chipping in something and rarely blanking completely. Looking at the game week as a whole, it was a strong scoring game week across FPL. The average score was 63, and I managed to hit 72 points. That gave me a green arrow, but not a huge one, so my rising rank was fairly small. The big disappointment was without a doubt my captaincy call. If I had gone with Salah, Semenyo, or even Timber, my week would have looked far better. That one decision cost me big time. My squad overall performed decently, clean sheets in the defense, Salah and Semenyo doing well, and Joao Pedro ticking along. But Ekitike as my captain really hurt me. I now sit at an overall rank of just outside 2 million, and it's still early in the season, and there's plenty of time to climb, but weeks like this is a reminder of how brutal FPL can be when 1 or 2 big calls don't go your way. I feel like my wildcard set me up for a solid structure, and there's enough strength in the squad to keep me competitive. Going into Game Week 5, I'll need to keep a close eye on those tougher fixtures for Arsenal and whether Ekitike can bounce back, because that decision will define how quickly I can push my ranks upwards. That wraps up my Game Week 4 review. Let me know in the comments how your team did this week, and if you also got stung by a tough captaincy call. If you want more content, check out my free hit and wildcard videos. We'll give you extra ideas for shaping up your squad. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.